Hello. Okay, so I think in my last video, the one that was about reconnecting, regaining control and retaining control of your own life and your own creation. Like, you know, our life is a manifestation of our doing. Like, I really do want you to understand that. Just want to put this up a bit because I don't think I can see everything. Okay. And in that video, I promised you that I told you I'd developed a zone method, which is to teach people how to raise their frequency, you have to become intentionally self-aware. Like, you really have to become super self-aware. And the reason we have to become super self-aware is because I mentioned it before, and I am going to mention it again because I think it's worth mentioning. You know, we have 70,000 thoughts a day. And 95% of those are subconscious. We're not even aware of them. But here's the fact. All of our thoughts create our life. All of our thoughts are responsible for this manifestation that you call your life. So if you're not aware of 95% of that, how are you going to create the life you want? It's impossible. You can do all the vision boards you want, and you can do all the affirming you want. If you're not aware of yourself, and you're not aware of what your thoughts are, and you're not aware of how you're reacting, none of that's you're only going to have 5% of what you want. You have to start understanding the 95% automatic pilot that is you, because that's what's creating the majority of your life. So how can you change something when you don't even know how you're creating it? How can you change it? So if there are things in your life that you don't like, and it really doesn't matter what they are, you can have what you want. Don't assume that. There's a few things that I really want you to understand. Right, here's the first thing is, I've had this discussion with people recently, that's why I'm bringing it up. There's a few things about manifesting and that kind of coaching around transformation and manifesting that I fundamentally disagree with. Number one is fake it till you make it. I can't stand that expression. Don't fake anything. Authenticity is what's going to get you to where you want to be. Not faking it, pretending to be someone else, or pretending to be have things that you don't have. That's ridiculous. Like, don't fake anything. So I suspect that it came from visualizations, right? Meditate. A visualization is a meditation. Yes, meditate. That really helps. But don't fake. The word fake is wrong. Don't use it. Don't try and be faking it. Don't try and be anybody else. That's one thing. That's keeping you from what you want. This whole fake thing is keeping you from what you want. The second thing is, you know, find a person that you admire and you want to be more like and emulate them. No, you didn't come here to copy someone. You're unique. Like, you're already amazing. You just haven't worked that out yet. Like, you're already amazing. You came here to be amazing. You did. So you don't need to copy anyone or emulate anyone or look up to anyone. You just need to see yourself, see who you are, and change the parts of yourself that aren't serving you. You just need to see yourself, really see yourself. Don't look outside of yourself, don't fake anything, and don't copy anyone. You are unique, and you have unique gifts to bring to the party, this party that we live in. So I would get away from those things. Affirmations are great, but on their own, they're not going to work. Vision boards are brilliant, but on their own, they're not going to work. So really start to get to grips with why you're not able to create the life that you want. Because you're doing it all. The life you've got, you created it. You're creating it. That's how we operate. It's how the universe works, and it's what we're designed to do. We're designed creators. So we're designed to do it. So don't look outside of yourself. That's the first thing I'd say. And the second thing I'd say is, if you don't like what's going on in your life and you don't like the life you're living, know that you're doing it and start to understand how you can see yourself and see the things that you're doing and the things that you believe, because your beliefs create your life. I've developed a zone method that helps you become super self-aware. So at any point in the day, you can ask yourself, what zone am I in? Is this zone what's going to get me what I want? Is it? And if it isn't, what can I do about it?
How can I change what zone I'm in? So when people say, oh, raise your vibration, and then nothing else, like, how do you raise your vibration? Like, how do I even know what my vibration is? I'm going to tell you, I've got it here. I'm going to show you here. I printed it off. The printer's not great. I'm just going to show you like this in the video, but I am going to put a PDF version of this in the description to this video. I can't pin it in the comments because I don't have enough subscribers or whatever it is. Feel free to subscribe because it will help me make my life a bit easier. But I will put this as a PDF version in the description section of this video. So if you want a copy of it, you can have it. I've got no problem with that. But basically, this is my zone method. This is zone method. And what you'll see at the top, you need to be in zones 1 to 3 to create your best possible life. Everything you love in life is, if you love it, then it's high frequency. If you want to create a marvelous life for yourself, you need to be in a high frequency. You need to be, look at that. You need to be experiencing these feelings. Love, peace, joy, hope, contentedness. It's all there. Appreciation, gratitude. All of that is where you need to be. And so what you can do with this chart, I'm going to go on to the other sections in a minute, is, and I teach this in all of my courses, but what you can do this on your own. Like, you don't need to buy a course. You can do this on your own. You need to look at this chart several times a day and ask yourself, what zone am I in? What zone am I in right now? What zone am I in right now? Ask yourself every hour on the hour, what zone am I in? And write the zone down. Because I know you're busy and you're at work and you haven't got time to do all of this or whatever. You've got 5 children and you're busy. Everybody's busy, but you've certainly got time to ask yourself the question, how do I feel right now? And look at this, because you can have this on your phone as a screensaver. How do I feel right now? What zone am I in? And write it down or put a little note in your phone. And so at the end of the day, you'll have a list of zones. I started the day in zone 2. It was great. I woke up really happy, blah, blah, blah. And by 10 o'clock, I was in zone 5. And by 11 o'clock, I was in zone 7. Sorry about my printer. And then at 2 o'clock, something happened and I went to zone 3. So, and that is what will happen. That is what will happen. And the reason your zones change so much is because you're reactive. So there's 2 types of human. Like when you're in flow and your life runs smoothly, because we all have periods of flow. We all have phases in our life when everything runs beautifully. We fall in love, we get the right job, we get the promotion, we get the whatever. You know, life feels easier. And we've all had moments of that in our lives. We have. There has to have been a moment like that in your life where you thought, wow, everything is working in my favor. And then it stops working. So when you have those moments, it's because your frequency is high. You're vibing high. That makes life much easier. It really does. Now, when you're vibing high, you're less judgmental, you're less reactive. All of those things in the blue zones, this is where we spend a lot of our time. And you'll find that out. So in order to change your frequency and raise your frequency, you have to know what your frequency is at any given time. So there's 2 things here. Look at this chart every hour on the hour and just write down what zone you're in. And then at the end of the day, ask yourself, what made me go from this zone to this zone? What did I react to? It's always something you're reacting to, always. And you've got to stop saying to yourself, I was all right and then they did that and that put my zone down. They did it. No. The only thing that can affect your frequency is you. Nobody can affect your frequency but you. So your frequency is always the result of your reactions. So your actions and reactions determine your vibrational frequency. That's what determines your frequency. So if you're judging people all day, look at that. Zone 5 is really important because we don't realise how much time we spend in zone 5. If you're judging people all day and gossiping about people and talking about people, or talking about war, or, you know, just generally talking about dramatic, disastrous things, and I'm not downplaying them. There are horrible things going on in the world. But do you know what keeps those things going? Our attention. You put your attention on something and that becomes your life. What you focus on becomes your life. So if you don't like your life, it's because you're focusing on the wrong stuff. So I'm not saying forget all the poor children in Gaza. I'm not saying don't feel compassion for them. I'm saying stop talking about it. Stop talking about it, because the more you talk about it, the more energy flows in that direction. So you're, in a way, keeping it going by giving it all of your energy. So the way to stop something from happening is to starve it from energy. Starve the energy, take the energy away from it. And the way to take the energy away from something is to stop giving it your attention. Because it's our attention that puts energy in a particular direction. So if your life isn't what you want it to be, it's because you're living here, or you're flitting from there to there too many times in the day. Study this chart. Become super self-aware. Like, do it for a week. I promise you, you will learn so much about yourself. Not all of it's nice. You'll learn loads of stuff about yourself. We all do. And it's not all lovely. It's not all lovely. But you need to know who you are. You need to know how you're reacting. You need to know what your most fundamental beliefs are. You don't need to analyse the hell out of them. You definitely don't. You just need to know what they are. You need to see yourself. So this zone method is a way of you holding a mirror up to yourself and saying, wow, like I actually reacted like that. I didn't realise I was like that. The reason I moved into a lower zone is because this happened and I reacted in this way. I judged. Judgment is massive, and I'm going to do a whole separate video about that because it's absolutely huge and it merits a video of its own. But you will find that you judge a lot. You really judge a lot, more than you think you do. And so if you're trying to create the best possible life for yourself, and you want to get in flow, and you want your life to flow easily, and you want everything to feel easy and joyous and happy, you need to work on your zones. So the thing that's going to get you to where you want to be is to get in the zone, get in the golden zones. Zones 1 to 3, these are the golden zones. This is where you need to be spending most of your time. So if you do this work, you can do it on your own. You don't need my courses. I have courses if you need guidance, but you can do this on your own. This isn't about, follow me and I'll tell you how to do it. No, we're all the same. Us human beings, we're all actually the same. And if we get to grips with this, we're all powerful, all knowing, all seeing. Getting in the right frequency and meditating makes you brilliant, like makes you superhuman. You'll be able to do everything that you want. You'll be able to discern really easily. You're not going to be reliant on anybody to bring you anything, tell you anything. You will know exactly what you need to know to be able to create the life that you want for yourself. Once you've learned to do that, you can teach your children. Once they've learned to do that, they can teach their friends. Like, this is how it works. Everything works from the inside out. Everything works from the inside out. And we're taught in this society to bring everything from the outside in. I'm just waiting for the government to tell me what they're going to do next to fix my problem. They created your problem. Why are you waiting for them? You do it. You do it. Get in the right frequency. Understand how the universe works. Like, you do it. Don't wait for anybody. Get in the zone. When you're in the zone, everything flows. And you know that because you've been in the zone at some point of your life. You've been there. So just do the work every day. Check your zone every hour, write it down, put it in your phone. At the end of each day, look at your zones. What made me go from here to here? Like, hold a mirror up to yourself. The reason I went from zone 1 to zone 6 is because I judged so-and-so negatively, and then I phoned my friend and told her, and we spent 2 hours talking about how horrible that person was. This is all very low frequency stuff, like really low frequency. And then you wonder why you haven't got what you want. You're spending too much time in low frequency activity.
So really become intentionally self-aware. I'm not saying this to upset you. Your life can change and it can be exactly what you want it to be. I'm saying this to empower you. Do the work. Do the work. You'll understand yourself more. And then you'll get to the point that when you react, you'll go, I'm not going to react like that anymore. No, I'm not going to move into the lower zones because I don't want to be there. So I'm going to stop. And eventually you'll just laugh at yourself because you'll think, oh my God, like stop now. That's it. And that raises your frequency in itself. Being able to see what you're doing and laugh it off within seconds. And each day, the time you spend in these lower zones will become less, and the time you spend in the golden zones will become more. If you just do this work every day, consistently, it's not hard, is it? To stop and ask yourself the question, what zone am I in? That's not hard, is it? It's really easy. So you've got time. If you're sitting there thinking, I haven't got time, I'm too busy. What? You haven't got time to ask yourself a question. Do it when you go for a wee. You know, like you've always got time to ask yourself a question. You've always got time to ask yourself what zone you're in. Don't be silly. You can do it. I really want you to do it because your life will change. It will be what you want it to be. At the moment, you're being ruled by your subconscious thoughts. You don't even know what they are. So do the work and I'll see you on the happy side.